Welcome back to Techstination. We've got another great interview for you. Sean Jackson, Chief Strategic Thinker at Thinkers. Thanks for joining us, Sean.
Thank you so much, Fred. Excited to be here.
And you folks at Thinkers have been tinkering and everything. So tell us what the company's all about.
My children compare us to Thinkwinauts from the television, from the movie, where we sit around and we think of great things. But primarily, our mission is very simple. We want to help people think better. And it was really inspired by Daniel Kahneman's Thinking Fast and Slow, which is probably one of the definitive works on the way people think. It really set the tone for behavioral economics, et cetera. But it's something occurred to me when we were, after reading this book, is that for all of the gains that we've had from technology, right? Our productivity levels are at the highest in human history. For all of those productivity gains, we're not better at thinking. In fact, any child with a laptop should be a straight A student, right? If technology made us better thinkers. And the reality is that technology makes us productive, but it doesn't make us better at thinking. But there are things that do. And one of them is writing with good old-fashioned pen and paper. Writing in a journal, writing in a notebook allows us to slow down our thoughts. It allows us to contemplate things differently. It allows us to not only take our time, but just the physical act brings us to a different mental state. And so we've always appreciated that the role of pen and paper in helping us become better thinkers is very important. Unfortunately, it has a flaw. And the flaw is this, that we do live in a modern world where there's lots of technology, and technology is great at keeping things organized and helping us share information. But traditional notebooks don't allow us to do that. So we decided to think about how can we meld the benefits of traditional pen and paper, its ubiquity, its low cost, its true essence of helping us improve our thinking, with the benefits of technology, primarily through our mobile device, since we always have it with us. So what we created was this concept called the Thinker's Notebook. Now, the Thinker's Notebook combines a premium journal, one that is exceptionally unique, but it also allows you to capture pages from that journal in an app that we specifically built that is optimized for capturing, organizing, and collaborating on ideas from your notebook. And that's what we call the Thinker's Notebook, or better terminology is a smart notebook solution. And we think we've created the best one because this notebook is one that is so unique. It feels great. The paper is exceptional. You can use any type of pen or pencil that you want. But the app just is there to make your life easier, which is, I think, the role that technology plays in the way it helps us think better.
Well, there have been other efforts at this type of technology using pen and paper, LiveScribe for one. There have been others as well. So describe for us how you really differentiate what you're doing. You've talked a little bit about it already, but how is this so different?
I think when you look at the marketplace, and I think the smart notebook marketplace is heating up right now. There's some great products out there from numerous different companies, and they're all approaching this in a slightly different way, from just your iPad or your tablet with some sort of note-taking application on there to what you mentioned, the LiveScribe pen. To us, we looked at the market a little differently, which was this. I don't want to be forced to find my tablet or find a specific type of smart tablet device or a pen that I have to use specifically for the tablet or notebook that I'm doing. In other words, almost all of these solutions kind of lock you into either a pen or a specific type of device. We believe that you should have a notebook that you're proud to own, that you should use with any type of pen, because quite frankly, you don't want to be searching for the right implement to make your ideas happen. You just want to start writing. So what we did is that we decided to say, look, let's make it something premium but friendly that doesn't require you to use a special type of pen to make happen. And then let the app take over all the heavy lifting. And this is what I think is important, because as you well know, Fred, our mobile phones today are incredible devices. For example, the Apple includes a machine learning chip on the device. That's something that we actually use in our application, is Apple's built-in machine learning capability to automatically detect not only our notebook, but also the handwriting on the page of that notebook, which is again based on machine learning. So when we really look at the capabilities that are on our phones, it's extraordinary. And it doesn't require us to have anything other than our phone to capture. You know, a lot of solutions out there use QR codes, right? You know, we see them all the time nowadays when we go to, let's say, a restaurant. Yeah, they're great, but that's old technology. Today's modern technology is machine learning driven. And that's why when we built the app, we wanted to have that in there to make sure that it is simple, easy, fast, and you just don't have to think about it because, quite frankly, Fred, there are better things to think about, like what you wrote on the page.
Well, step us through how it's used.
Sure. So it starts with the journal, which is a premium German designed, which we found this amazing company to work with us on it. It's a premium black journal, 256 pages, double-sided, 5mm dot grid. It's a premium journal because it does lay flat. It's the type of one that you can keep in front of your computer, or of course, something that you'd be proud to carry around with you. But in that notebook, and this is what's different, is at the very top, we have a little black box. And that little black box is where you can put in the title of the page, maybe a hashtag. We've talked a lot on our blog about the values of hashtagging your notes, because when you write in that notebook, when you use any type of journaling system, and you use that box to put in your titles and tags, then the app not only makes it easy for you to capture that page, but automatically converts that title into the title of your note. It takes those tags and adds them as hashtags to your notes. So now you can find the interconnections between ideas, regardless of what page you happen to write it on. So this was an important part. So you have your premium notebook that you can write your notes in. You have the app, which is optimized to immediately capture pages from that note, automatically transcribes the handwriting so you can search for it later, automatically takes your titles and tags from the top of the page, puts them to the notes, and allows you to organize them in the app based on any foldering system that you like. But it goes one step better, because we know that the best ideas need to be shared. So the app has built in a sharing capability. So you can send a link to anyone with your folder of ideas, and they can not only pull that up on any device, as long as it's internet connected, they can not only pull that note up, they can leave a comment for you right there on the image. So they can say, I like this, I don't like this. So let me put it in a working example. You're in a meeting, you're taking notes, you write down your ideas. You need to share them with your team. Take out your phone, take a picture of it, captures it, automatically puts it in the cloud. Then you send a link to your team. The team now has the ability to comment, add their notes, all within their device, no login, no software. It's all ubiquitous, because the fluidity of sharing ideas is just as important as the fluidity of writing ideas, which is why we created an easy way to capture, organize, and collaborate on your ideas.
And would the people that you're sending to need to download the app? Do they have to have the Thinkers
Yes,
app?
every notebook includes a QR code that allows you to download the app. So once you have the notebook in hand, there's a page right in the front that says, here's the app, go download it. The app is free. You don't have to pay for it. It has a ton of functionality in there, so you can use it free with your particular notebook. And once you install it on your phone, on your iPhone, you're now able to start capturing. But Fred, we got one other thing we put into it. We know that there are a lot of people out there who pride themselves on their cognitive skills, who want to become better at thinking. So included in each notebook on the last page is a special access code to our very private community called the Thinkers Workshop. The Thinkers Workshop is an educational library and online community filled with articles, videos, instructionals, private podcasts, video interviews that we have put together for members of our community who want to improve the way they think and want to do it in an environment that allows them to interact with their peers. And all of that is inside of the Thinker's Notebook experience. Because that's the way we looked at this, Fred. The challenge of any product developer, as you well know, is to really think through every aspect of the solution and providing an experience that is exceptional. In our case, we knew that pen and paper is the best way to start capturing ideas, but that failed when it came to organizing and sharing. So we built the right app to do it. But after that, there are people that want to be with their peers and improve their cognitive skills, which is why we put in the Thinkers Workshop, which is why we consider this the best smart notebook solution out there. Because we're not just giving you a pen, we're not just giving you a notebook, we're not just giving you an educational course, we're not just giving you an app. We put it all together in one cohesive system, because at the end of the day, there are many people out there that pride themselves on the way they think. And we want to be there for them as really the leaders in this thinkers revolution.
And which platforms is this available on, the app?
So right now we are only supporting the iPhone. And that was because of our skill set in developing iOS apps. We are right now in the process of building the Android version of the same app. So we started with the iPhone, and now we are converting it into the Android environment. So our hope is that in the coming months, we'll be able to replicate all the functionality we have on iPhone with the Android device. Obviously, machine learning is very important to us, and Google has done a phenomenal job. So for us on Android devices, that's something that we are working towards, and hopefully we'll have in the next several months, because, quite frankly, 25% of our customer base are all using Android and we want to support them just like we do on the iPhone.
So how are they able to use your product if they are on Android?
Great question. We do have an old version of the app available today. It was the initial version of the app. We went through a major change on the launch of our notebook. So we do have one version of the Android app that, to be fair, I think is not of the quality that we would want to match with our iPhone app that we have today. So we are getting the Android version together. Quite frankly, I think that we will be there sooner rather than later. But with technology, it really is something that is a moving target, but we are committed to making it happen.
And when you do want to share, I guess I wanted to clarify this, when you do want to share your notes, your content with someone else, does that person also have to have the app?
No. We believe in open systems. That's what that was really important to our development team, is that when you capture in our app, you can share with anyone without the app. So right now, I could capture a note. I could send you via text message, via an email, a unique URL. You click on that URL. There's no login screen. There's no impediment to you seeing the idea that I just shared with you. And then when you do go to comment, then you do leave your name. Then you do leave your comment. But you can do that on any device, whether it's a tablet, a phone, your desktop. As long as it's connected to the internet and has a web browser, you and I can collaborate and share on ideas. No software required for you.
Tell us about pricing and availability.
Great question. So we are excited to launch the notebook at $29.95. That includes the notebook itself. That also includes the app, which is for free, though there are some premium features that you may or may not want. And that also includes access to the Thinkers Workshop, which is normally $100 a year, and we're giving it away free to our customers forever.
Something to think about, that's for sure. The website is, where should people go?
thinkersnotebook.com. Try to make it easy for you. Just thinkersnotebook.com, and we have everything there for you.
Terrific. And where do you want to take this from here, Sean? What can we expect going forward, maybe later this year?
That's a great, obviously our initial ideas are what's before us in the immediate future is getting the Android version completed. We know that's of high importance to our community. We will always continue to grow and expand our Thinkers Workshop community. That's just a part of our DNA. We will be offering additional versions of the Thinkers Notebook in the coming months. And then I think really where we're looking for the big exciting changes is as we build up these communities, really finding ways to create a way for organizations, be it law firms, consulting agencies, to be able to take all of those ideas from their team members and put them in a central repository for knowledge management. And that's really the end future that we've been aiming towards, is much like what Dropbox did, get all the consumers to use it, and then eventually make it available for organizations that want to capture all these ideas in a central repository so that all of the notes are there available for them to find, to search, and really build those knowledge graphs from because of the hashtagging people are putting into their notebooks.
Terrific. The website, once again, is thinkersnotebook.com. Sean Jackson, thank you for taking the time with us, and stay safe.
Fred, thank you.
Now this. It takes a lot of listening to build a better radio, and that's just what the folks at C. Crane have done. Bob Crane and his crew, nestled among the rivers and tallest trees in the world in Fortuna, California, have made a habit of listening to their customers. And that's just what they've done in building the CC Skywave SSB, the Swiss Army knife of portable radios. For everyday listening to AM or FM in the yard or patio or on the nightstand without having to drain a mobile phone battery, it's a great companion. But it is also a companion equipped for NOAA weather information and alerts that can be life-saving. You can listen to FEMA and Coast Guard transmissions too. Beyond all of that, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world. It's compact, easy to take with you, and built to last. The CC Skywave SSB. Click on the link at Techstination.com.